Welcome to 2020. This is my first actual trail ride since the new year, because most of the trails in Ohio are a wet, muddy mess. For those of you who've been following along over the winter, I went ahead and bought a Airborne Skyhawk dirt jumper and have been keeping my skills up to date at Rays. If you haven't made it up there or have been resisting going there, thinking that, you know, you might get hurt or it's not really a place for mountain bikers, then you'd be wrong. Plenty to do for all ages and all skill levels. In fact, I took one of my buddies, Andy, up with me yesterday, and he had a blast on a new bike, and he's kind of new to mountain biking at the same time, so pretty good place all around for everyone. I'm up here at the Ohio Eric Canal Reservation. There's a couple of little loops up here, nothing crazy long. There's the green one here to our left, and then the harder blue, I guess they're considering it, this direction. Pretty cool place. Haven't been here yet, but from the looks of what I've seen so far, it's a lot of poppy short climbs and some nice little technical rock garden stuff that they've built or left behind, some roots, and surprisingly for Ohio, it's pretty dry. You can see the trail here in front of me. It's soft, but not leaving any ruts, and nothing's even sticking to my tires. So shout out to the Kenda, oh, nice pedal strike. Shout out to my Kenda Nevangles for doing their job. So spent a lot of time in the off season looking at picking up a new bike, perhaps trying to really determine if I want to go with another 29 or if I want to go with a 27.5, being as that I've had a really fun winter on my 26-inch dirt jumper at Rays. Kind of feel like, at least with this particular 29er, that it's maybe not as agile as I'd hope. I did come from a 26-inch Gary Fisher that was a medium, and so when I got this, I bought into the buy a slightly bigger bike if you're in between, and the 29 rolls over everything, and it does. I mean, no doubt in my mind that, hell, as you can see, you don't have to be nearly as picky about lines on this guy. It's kind of point and shoot. On the flip side, you don't have the agility to and the playfulness that I feel like you get on the bike with smaller, little soft on the edge, that you get on the smaller wheel size. But in its defense, it has a pretty good pedaling position and platform, and it does weight wise, it's for aluminum frame, it's right around 29 pounds, which I found out yesterday from trying out Trek Fuel EX7 2020, in fact, that it's actually not that heavy compared to some of the newer bikes. That Trek had 5 pounds on it, which I'm not a weight weenie. I could use to lose some around my waist before worrying about a bike weight. But that being said, 5 pounds is 5 pounds, and that bike climbed like a slug, whereas this guy just climbs and climbs and climbs. No regards to its weight at all. That aspect, you know, I kind of feel like perhaps the weight of this guy, especially being more of a, or I should say originally, a cross-country-ish bike that I've definitely upgraded so it dips its front toe a little bit more into the trail riding category. Made some good choices tire-wise, and bars and stem, and just overall shortened the reach up a little bit so that I wasn't so far over the front wheel. But overall, for the money I've been offered for this bike, I find it hard to sell it. How you doing?
I would have brought my bike to work if I would have known they were in this good a shape.
Oh yeah. Oh, as he mentioned, these trails are in immaculate shape. I'm not so sure that I ever have been on trails that drain this fast and or this dry in March. Yeah, March. So shout out to the OECR trail builders who clearly knew what they were doing when it came to runoff and drainage. This guy, I mean, it's just immaculate shape. Too good to be true. Extremely clear and well kept, considering that it's early in the season. There's barely any leaves on it. It's super dry, considering, and some really good trail markers. At least in the beginning. Got to be a little err on the little side of caution, just because while the trails are dry, the edges are not. And I already had a real quick issue, excuse me, where back tire got a little close to the edge and went slippity. No one likes to tumble down to their death the first ride of the year. Maybe the second or third, you know, fourth, sure, but not the first. So, whew. Yeah, a bunch of little punchy climbs and couple little flowy sections in between. Nothing crazy. Definitely worth the drive, especially considering that this is the only guy open for a long distance, especially if you're from the Cuyahoga Valley area or Cleveland. You ain't got nothing else to ride right now. Bedford's closed, Hampton, East Rim, you know, all the usual suspects. And so if you're looking to get some riding in before the season really starts, this is your option. And I gotta say that it's a pretty fucking good one. So definitely apologize for the shortness of breath. Clearly my elliptical and treadmill and even Rays every Sunday have not kept my cardio quite to the same level as spinning through trails, but that's okay. I think we all been there, coming back into the season. But yeah, I got nothing really to complain about here at OECR, so enjoy the rest of the video. This is the intermediate loop if you're just joining in, and in great condition and pretty fun trail system. Short, but that just means you can pull in a couple laps and get a good feel for how to pick up speed maybe the next time through. If anyone watching has any experience riding a 27.5 in Ohio on some of these trails and has some experience with the 29er as well, I'd love to hear your opinion. And as you can see, that's pretty much the end of the intermediate. Dumps you back off on a little fire road looking area where I believe up here a little ways we will dip back in to the woods. Dipping back in here. And even this section, it has some lower areas, is super dry. I mean, I'd almost say that this is like ideal because it's just damp enough to where you're able to get good traction, but not so dry that you're going to slide out. And there's no mud, at least with these Navangles. There's no mud caking into the tires. So there's a very good chance that I'm gonna come out of this ride with the bike as clean as it was when I put it away for the fall, or I should say the winter. Well, take a break and hit that again. But thank you guys for tuning in. Real quick note, Trailhead has a bike stand and some tools, and I think an air compressor. Yeah, looks like it. Yep, they're leading air pump, and some pretty clean bathrooms. So if you are looking for a nice trailhead, well, you found one. So stick around this season, first of many videos coming. Looking to try some newer things and new places. So thanks a lot, guys.